Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. A lot of wrestling talk going on around the world these days, talking about ROH making their big splash into pay-per-view wrestling. Their first live, true pay-per-view going out to the masses tomorrow. It's going to be their first try. You can see that, it's a gamble. I think it is a step in the right direction. So many people know about the mass confusion or just not being able to get it right between Ring of Honor doing Go Fight Live back in the day. Basically, their sort of pairing together fell apart after so many shows would either just drop out or just basically make it where people are supposed to be watching these shows live and they just weren't able to get it done. Finally, Ring of Honor, out of just embarrassment from just everybody just bashing them worldwide. I saw some of the best Ring of Honor fans in the world. The people that really brought Ring of Honor to the light to where I would know who they were because they made these videos about it in 2010 when I first started coming on to the YWC. I didn't know who the hell Ring of Honor was or anything about it. The first time I found it, it was just because I was flipping channels, just sort of, counting down until Monday Night Raw started, and I found their show on Go Fight Live. No, not on Go Fight Live, on HDNet. It came on 1 hour before Raw, and it was just sort of like, a way to get you pumped up, If a show came on 1 hour before Raw now, I would run away like crazy from it. There wouldn't be any wrestling in the world that would make me go from 3 hours on a Monday to 4 hours now. But, back in the day, there was a hunger to get more wrestling out there, a 2-hour show, how dumb we were back then to ask for another hour of Monday Night Raw. I think that when it was first announced, I knew this was going to be horrible. I knew that, when Raw did 3-hour specials, those 3-hour specials, people got excited because they did them for big moments. They didn't really just do them for no reason at all, except for the 1 week they did the no commercial Raw. I thought that was pretty dumb. But, every time we had a 3-hour Raw, it was revolved around, like the Rock coming back or a big-time draft or something like that. But we're not talking about Raw anymore. We're talking about Ring of Honor and Best in the World 2014. I don't know. With WWE getting out of the pay-per-view business, opening up a slot because these pay-per-view companies, are desperate to, keep their income. Ring of Honor is going to be going over there. No more iPay-per-views. No more, we'll upload it tomorrow. No more, the semi-live streams. The first chance for Ring of Honor fans to show how big of fans they are. Honestly, I believe that this is probably 4 years too late for them. I think that every time I've gone to a Ring of Honor show, I've always been really, really entertained. They've always given me the best. I've never walked out of a Ring of Honor show thinking that I didn't get my money's worth. I went to, what was it, Supercard of Honor, I think is what it was, in New Orleans this year. I had a lot of fun watching the matches. I didn't know what the hell was going on because I didn't know any of the storylines, but I wanted to see the Briscoes and Cole match in the... what do they call it? The Ladder War. I had never seen a Ladder War, but every Ladder War match that I've seen on DVD or on YouTube or anything like that, it just blown my mind at how crazy they were. I don't know what makes them better than TLC matches. I don't know if it's just Ring of Honor takes it a step further to just make you really believe that these guys are really trying to kill each other and you don't get sort of like the PG watered down version of what's going on. But, it was awesome. It was well worth the price of admission to get in there to see the Ladder War match. I'm glad that I'm able now to say that I saw one live. I can honestly say that I would probably want to sit closer to one next time just to witness the carnage. But Ring of Honor, this definitely is a gamble. I know that, with Go Fight Live, I would bet that their take was going to be more than what they're going to have to pay out in order to get this pay-per-view deal, and how many fans are really going to step up to the table. I know that just from looking at YouTube, and I try to subscribe to almost everybody that's out there, and just the people that are Ring of Honor fans, they don't talk about it like they did years ago. I mean, very rarely you see some people make an order and they talk about buying some DVDs off of the Ring of Honor website, but very rarely do you see people get pumped up for shows. I remember watching the Instant Classics video when he would pump up an iPay-per-view coming up, you'd get it to the point where I really would care about what was going on in Ring of Honor. I started watching the, what do they call them, live wires, or whatever the Ring of Honor videos that they put up was, and I've watched a couple for this show, and I mean, the Briscoes, I don't care what they're promoting. I'm going to watch it because I know it's going to be a great promo. It's going to make me laugh. It's going to make me care about what's going on. I just love those guys. But there's some promos out there for some people that I just really don't have a damn clue about what's going on. I'm not going to bore you about talking about every single match on here because I honestly don't know. I mean, I know some of the guys who's in the Six-Man Mayhem match to be the #1 contender for the television title, but I can't really tell you who's going to be moving up in there. I think it's cool that Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, a.k.a. Bad Influence, even though they can't call him that in Ring of Honor, is going to be going up against the Red Dragon, the ROH Tag Champs. I do think that, I don't know, because I'm a mark and I really believe that they're going to try and put over the TNA guys as much as they can because they are sort of like the biggest stars that are out there. As Daniels and Kazarian are going to take down Red Dragon, win the tag straps, and ROH is smart enough to know that they're going to get the most out of these guys who are probably going to be, some of the highest paid guys that are on the ROH roster from here on out. I think it's well known now that, there was hype. This was going to be Kevin Steen's last match. He's going to be wrestling against Silas Young. I think that, I think people have found out just by looking at the booking pages, and he's advertised for cards later than this. This isn't going to be the last go-home show for Kevin Steen. I know that a lot of people were saying they were going to order the pay-per-view just to have the farewell to Kevin Steen, and when he is done with the Indies, with PWG and Ring of Honor, I think everybody's going to wish him well going into WWE and going over to NXT and finding out how far he can go, because I think he's done everything he can out there. He is one of the best guys. He's going to get toned down, but you just gotta hope and pray that he can get through. I mean, I've honestly said that the Briscoes are my favorite guys out there in Ring of Honor. If they could put a DVD out of them going to 7-Eleven and buying Slurpees, and I would buy it because I know I'm going to be entertained. But I would just hope, that if they went to WWE and they got sent down there, I wouldn't care if they came up to WWE on Monday Night Raw, if they were the Bushwhackers and they weren't able to do anything from Ring of Honor that they used to, just because I love those guys and I just want the best for them. And I just want to see them get paid. Become as big a stars as you can. Honestly, I would love it if the Briscoes came to WWE as the Briscoes, but I just know that that's not going to happen. From there, you got Cedric Alexander going up against Roderick Strong in a submission match. I have no idea why it's a submission match. I can tell you that Cedric Alexander is the guy that I got my eye on, that I think that he could be a bigger star than he is right now, so I'll pick him in that match. I hope the Briscoes just fucking beat the hell out of Matt Hardy and Michael Bennett. We'll leave it at that. And I think a lot of people are picking Michael Elgin to actually win the championship. I think that, honestly, from watching some people in here and listening to what they have to say, I think that Michael Elgin's going to finally win the title. It's about 2 years too late. If you go back to WrestleMania 28 weekend, Michael Elgin had the match against Davey Richards, and a lot of people thought that Elgin was going to be taking that steps. Elgin was the guy that a lot of people thought was going to win the tournament in order to crown the new champion after they stripped Jay Briscoe, and it ended up being Adam Cole, and they went with there. And Cole's been a great champion. He's a great wrestler, but I think that Elgin is a guy that a lot of people are seeing what's going down. I know a lot of people are seeing Elgin for the first time tomorrow without the mullet. I think that was one of the best things he brought to the table. But Adam Cole shaving it off is probably going to bring a lot of sort of heat to the table on what's going down. I hope Ring of Honor the best. I will honestly tell you that I'm not going to be ordering this show. I'll be at work when it goes down. But I know a lot of people out there talk about, they want TNA to succeed. They want Ring of Honor to succeed. They want to see wrestling grow. But if you're going to be streaming this show, which is something I do all the time. So, I'm not, living in a glass house throwing rocks at people. But, Ring of Honor needs your pay-per-view buys. If you're interested in this show, I know it's a cheaper show than most shows are. It's not a TNA show. It's not a WWE show from back in the day. It's not going to be $40-$50. I don't know what it is, but I know it's cheaper. But I promise you, if you sit down at the table, you're going to enjoy this show. It's going to be 3 hours of great wrestling. And I'm just glad that I was able to do whatever I could do to help them if I can. I can't send my money, but I'll buy some DVDs. Give me some greatest hits. Peace out.